In this video, I'm going to show you how to create high-quality kill team data cards for free. The only program you'll need to make this is Battlescribe, which I'll give you a brief rundown on how to use it to make these cards. Also, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to the last Star Strider. I found this program because of one of his videos. He's a kill team focused channel too, so make sure to check out his content if you're looking for more kill team stuff. Alright, so the website we are going to be using for this is called Datacard App, which I'll link to in the description. If you go to their website, there's a link to go to Battlescribe. Simply click on this link, and then click on the operating system you're using. For me, it will be the Windows version, and then just click through the options to download the program. Once you have everything downloaded, go to the data editor. So once you have your data editor open, go up to the Manage Data button, which is this one here. At this point, you'll want to go to click to add data and scroll down to where you find kill team. Check this box here, click add data source. Make sure it's still checked, and then just click done. Then click done. At this point, you should have all of the data from kill team uploaded into Battlescribe itself, and this should be the most recent data. For example, this one already has the FAQ that just came out, and it's only a few days old, so they do update it in real time. So at this point, close the data editor down and open up the roster. At this point, you want to click on New Roster in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, which will be, you want to make sure you have selected Kill Team 2021. You can name your roster here if you want. So if you have a specific name for your team or just want to put your faction. This is their equipment point limit. You can just leave it at -1, or you can just actually up it to 10, which is the default. Then you want to click Add Force, which will be doing orcs, so greenskins, and then I'll be adding a boy fire team. And then click OK. So on this screen, you can see here are your options for what you can add. So we'll add a boss knob. We'll give him a power claw and a slugga. And then we'll add 2 Gretchen, a boy gunner with a rocket launcher, and a targeting thing. Actually, we'll come up to the boss knob too and give him a stick bomb, so you can see what that looks like. And then we will start adding boys. Over here on the right, once you select this in the middle, is where you can actually change the equipment. So one nice thing on Battlescribe is if you add too many, it will actually give you an error up here where it will tell you that you have selected too many. So it kind of knows what's legal and what isn't. So it's a good thing to go off of to make sure your team makes sense. It's not always correct. So always reference your compendium in the FAQs to make sure your team's actually legal. So now that we have a saved team, come up to this orange button here, which is Save the Roster. We'll just leave it named Orc, and make sure it is a Battlescribe roster file, and click Save. Obviously, this isn't an optimized team. I didn't use all my equipment points. It's only one fire team. It's just for an example, so you can see how to use the Datacard app. So now that we're done on Battlescribe, we can go back to the Datacard website and get our cards made. Click on this area, and then select the roster that you made in Battlescribe, which will be this one here. It should be a .ROSZ file type. Once you double click it, that data will automatically upload. As you can see here, the stats, weapons, rules, and equipment are all automatically added to the data card. If there's anything you want to change, you can actually click in these areas and type over stuff. So one thing that's really cool is you can click here, double click a picture, and actually upload that picture onto the data card itself. This means that if you or your opponent is wanting to know which model has what piece of equipment or how many wounds, they can just look at the picture here on the card. You have the option to hide the equipment. You can hide rule descriptions per individual data card. I find it pretty useful, but if you have it all memorized, you don't have to leave it on there. This is a small thing, but you can generate random names, and then it will say what type of model it is underneath. This is pretty fun for orcs because all their names are pretty goofy. So up here at the top, you have the option to switch to a smaller format. which just shrinks your cards down and will hide some of the rules. And finally, you can switch over to rule cards, which you can make these small or large, and it just tells you what your different equipment does or what your different abilities do. So one tip on this part is what you can actually do, because you can type over these or change these to the names of your tactical or strategic ploys and then type what they do in this area. So you actually can have a little cheat sheet that matches everything else that tells you what your ploys are. I think this is nice because I play a few different kill teams. I don't have all the ploys memorized, and it's kind of annoying constantly having to flip through the compendium to figure that out. And now for the thing that makes this useful is you can actually print off your cards. So if you want to print it, it's pretty obvious. You just hook it up to a printer and print. But if you want to use this digitally, you go down to save as PDF. So if you're going to be using this on like a Kindle or any kind of laptop, this is the way to do it. Just so you have all your reference cards right there. You don't have to download a compendium, and you get the specialized equipment and everything. Also, if you're going to print somewhere other than a printer that's already hooked up to the computer you're using, save as PDF and then just transfer that file to where you want to print it from. Hopefully you all found this useful, and this will help make your kill team games a little easier. Make sure to send this to any of your friends who play kill team. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching.